welcome, guys, welcome, girls, and every human in between. It's your girl with the logs. I am your host, and welcome to another episode of Bear With Me. First, I want to apologize. I did not upload last week because what I recorded is a very sensitive topic, and I need to make sure that when I do deliver that topic, because I will deliver that topic, it lands the way it needs to, should to, has to, and yeah, I just really want to make sure that it's really good. Y'all know I'm hard on myself. Y'all know anything I present, I want it to be great. And I want to be able to look back on it and all the things. So I'm sorry that I didn't upload last week, but we're here now. So thank y'all for rocking with me. Also, I didn't upload because I recorded it, but I didn't edit it. And I also didn't edit it because last week I traveled. And you know what that means when I travel? I take a plane. And yeah. So before we get into today's episode, because as you can see, it is about weddings and marriage. And so I had to travel to my cousin and her now husband's wedding. Shout out to the bride and groom, or the lovely newlyweds. Shout out to y'all. Congratulations again. And so let's first just take a moment to talk about me traveling. So as I think I shared in another episode, I was a part of a wedding and I left my dress. So the one thing that I need to make sure this time, do not leave your dress, do not leave your dress, do not leave your dress, do not leave your dress. So I packed that, I got that out the closet first, shoes too. So that was not the issue. The issue was me getting on a plane. So the flight, my departing flight was, what day was that? What time? What time? Oh, it was an AM flight. It was 6:45. My departing flight was 6:45. And I had a layover in Denver. We'll get to that in a second. So I did all of my backwards planning. I was like, okay, I gotta drop my car off there, and I gotta do this, do that. Okay, I said, okay, we're gonna wake up at 3:30. 3:30 is, I believe, enough time for me to still park my car, go do TSA, and be at my gate more than 30 minutes before departure. All that went well. Dropped off I was a little delayed. I left the house at 4. I was supposed to drop my car off. But then maybe I wasn't supposed to get up at, I don't know. But I didn't leave my house until 4. That made me a little nervous, but all was well. Park my car, get to the airport, check my bag, and I was seated at my gate. And notice that I said seated. I was seated at my gate a full, I think it was 51 or 58 minutes before departure. I was like, okay, wait. She in her bag. Maybe she's broken the curse of these last few trips. Get to Denver. First off, let's just speak about Denver's airport. Huge. I was only in Terminal C. Y'all, Terminal C has 99 gates. Why do y'all got 99 gates? How do y'all have 99 gates? Anyway, stay focused. So, I did notice that I did not have a long time to get to. It wasn't like a long layover, which I'm cool with, because a long layover, I ain't got time. At this point, I'm ready to just be here. I don't want to lay over. I don't even want to go where I'm going no more. Like, let's just get out and explore, whatever. So I get out the plane, check the monitors. I said, okay, cool. C25. Cool. And then the other numbers that I need to pay attention to was 825, I think. I don't know. So I'm like, okay. I use the restroom, and I've made a rule: you cannot get something to eat until you've seen your gate. Like, literally walk up, look around, then you can go get some food. But it was a small window. Oh, 825 was when my plane was departing. So Boarding started 30 minutes before that. I don't know. Okay, I'm not doing the math right now. So when I landed, I was at gate C 53, I think it was 50 something, and I'm like, okay, I gotta walk to C 25. Cool, we can do that. So I'm walking and I'm looking at restaurants because I'm also like, I'm realizing how big this airport is, but I'm also like, if there's something that I really want and I know that I'm walking to my gate, we might be able to do it. But all of the lines were long. All of them, y'all. All of them. That part made me mad. So I'm like maybe 6, 7 gates from my gate. And so I say, this is the shortest line out of all of these restaurants. Let me just give me some time out. Oh my gosh. A sandwich, a bag of chips, and a juice, a cold pressed juice, cost me $27. I was highly in my feelings a little bit. And then she was like, do you want a bag for 10 cents? No, I don't want no bag. What do you mean? Girl, I just paid almost $30. Each of these items was almost $10 a piece. You think I'm no, no, I don't. So also Denver, they got a little marquee stick like you know how you see the gate signs? Well, they also have the marquee under the gate number that says where that gate is departing to. So I'm walking and I'm reading. I'm like, okay, okay, people going places and everything. I see 25. I can't remember what it said, but it didn't say Chicago. I said, where, where you supposed to be? I said, okay. I pull up my phone, open up my boarding pass on my phone, and then I also go to one of the signs with all of the departing flights. I said, oh, don't know how I read. My flight number was 1625. Don't know how I read C 25 from that. And then also when I first got off the plane and looked at the first board of times, it was like C 48, and then it was right next to it was I don't know. I don't know how to read. It's what it gave. It gave what you don't know how to read, and that kind of bothered me. On top of me waiting in line for this food, and I'm gotta walk all the way back. So basically, short. Let me fast forward to the end. My gate from where I got off at and where I needed to board were literally like evens on one side, odds on the other. So yeah, I was on the odd side. I don't know, but I had to go over the side, go to the other side, and maybe walk up 2, 3 gates. Like I could probably wave from to people at the other gate from my gate type. So I see that I'm at the wrong gate. I look at my phone. It say 8:02. You remember, if my flight leaves at 8:25, that means they close doors at 8:15. When I tell y'all, Denver's airport is like huge. It had 99 gates, and then you'd be walking, 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 and then it'd just be like a food court. You'd be walking, 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 and then another food court. You'd be walking and go a couple of gates, walk like it was huge. So I said, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to run." So I'm giving it a little try. I'm like, "Oh," I said, "I don't know why this keeps happening to me. I don't know why." I believe that I now operate in a state of anxiousness or just like, will she make it? Will she won't? And now a smooth, what am I trying to say? A smooth travel date don't exist for me no more. And that makes me a little upset because I want to be at peace when I travel. I want to slow stroll with it type. Like, come on, why I deserve? Why can't I have? So that was me just getting to Chicago. So time to come back to the H Town. I am running on fumes at this point. It was was it a long week? The last few days team no sleep was very much present. Like there was just a lot to do and just a lot. And yeah. So I had to pack, and then my people wanted to spend time together and watch a movie, and I was like, okay, I'm cool for that. I'm down. Let's do it. I fell asleep in the first like 10, 15 minutes. Go upstairs, start packing. And my dad was like, what time you gotta be at the airport? I said 5:45. He said, ooh. I said, I know, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna wake up at 3:20. I want us to leave at 3:45. He was like, all right, I'm setting my alarm for 3:45. I say, I want us to leave at 3:45. You just gonna get up and walk out the door? Okay, fine. Do you, Dad? So I set my alarm for 3:20. When I'm laying in the bed setting this alarm, I'm halfway sleepy because it took me 45 to an hour to pack and make sure I got everything. And because I used to have a real bad habit of leaving stuff, like I would leave clothes, food, important stuff. Like, yeah, that was a different part of my life. So now I don't leave nothing. I just don't make it sometimes. Or I'd be at risk of not making the flight. Anyway, so I'm asleep. I also thought that I was going to be a light sleeper because I knew I wasn't getting a whole lot of hours of sleep, but whatever. So I knocked out. My dad come in the room. He like, Whit, what time you say you want to leave? I instantly jump up, panicked. I look at my phone. It say 3:52. I said, oh, okay. Jump up, brush teeth. Let's go. Head out the door. We ran. Thankfully, it's no traffic at 4 in the morning. I said, ain't no traffic on these streets, but that don't mean ain't no traffic in the airport. Yeah, that TSA line was cute. It was cute. Had a little weight on it. I was in line after I checked my bag and was waiting in line. It was 4:41, and my flight departed at 5:45. Say, we not bad. We not bad. An hour, we could do everything we need to do in an hour. TSA went cool. Y'all, I saw this couple get their bags pulled. Why was they like at the edge of missing their flight? The gate attendant was like, I see somebody running. I think that's them. She said, don't stop running. Come on. They finna close the doors. I said, yeah, they I don't know why they stopped. Just because you showing they're closing doors on you. I've been there. Don't do that. But anyway, so I make my flight. Thankfully it was no, it was not nonstop. I stopped at Dallas. I think my Dallas layover was cool. Yeah. Only thing that made me mad was that all they restaurants had super long lines and I couldn't gamble to wait. And I was like, well, if you don't spend no money now, you can spend money when you get to Houston. You can have like a full little brunch. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. Oh, for my people in Chicago, I did give me a bag of hot crunchy curls. It does not have the blue sticker that says original recipe. I'm salty about it, but I'm still bang these and see. I'm gonna see what the difference is. I was supposed to bring them out here to sample. It's okay. It's okay. Thinking of sampling this new flavor outside of the original recipe. I did my mukbang and a rant, and I never told y'all how many takeabites I said. And then I left the post it again. I want to say I said take a bite 12 or 13 times. I'm going to be better the next time. Maybe the next time I'll actually do another mukbang. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to today's episode. So that was me. I was traveling and yeah. So as the title says, wedding versus marriage. And giving another shout out to my cousin and her husband. It was their wedding and I got to witness their union. And so now they are husband and wife. Shout out to y'all. But not only was I a witness to their union, I was also one of the maid of honors. It was an honor. It was an honor. First off, whew, being a maid of honor, wow. Now I can knock that off of, not really, it was never really on my bucket list. I don't know that I even really thought about it, but I was like, oh wow, now I'm a maid of honor. This is cool. And so also just giving a shout out directly to the bride for asking me to take on this role and trusting me to take on this role. Because being an MOH is not for the weak. Okay? Ugh. So, as maid of honor, I knew that I wanted to or was supposed to give a speech at the reception. And so it crossed my mind, and then leading up to the wedding, I was like, okay, what's gonna be my speech? What am I gonna say? How we gonna make this thing? Do I wanna go deep? Do I wanna bring tears? Do I want laughs? Do I want amens? Like, what am I looking for? Do I even put in a shameful, because that would be bogus to plug the podcast? Nah, so I was like, we're not gonna be like that with, like, you're not like that. But it crossed my mind. It really did. So I was thinking about my speech and what I wanted to say. And so I knew different parts that I wanted to make sure that I spoke about. And so it's like days before the wedding. I don't even think we was at rehearsal. It might have been after rehearsal. I don't remember when this was. But me and the bride was having a conversation. And so one of the conversations, we were just talking, and I was watching her also interact with her now husband, and I was in something was said or done, don't remember, but something was said or done, and the phrase "a wedding is a day, a marriage is forever" came into my head. I was like, "Yep, that's how I'm gonna end it. That's how I'm gonna end it right there. That's gonna land right there. Cheers too. I'm already knowing how that's gonna come through." So yeah. So after all that, I had a really good conversation on top of just a lot of different moments. It just really put me in a reflective state about weddings and marriages and partners and all that stuff. So today's episode is going to be me just exploring my learnings and thoughts about all things related to weddings and marriage. Now, bear with me because I am speaking from currently being single. So most of my perspective will be a single perspective with an idea of how I would approach a marriage or a wedding. So please don't eat me up in the comments unless you just gonna give me another perspective, because I'm here for a discussion. I'm here for a response. I'm here for a perspective that I may not have had or that may be different from mine. So please, at any point in time, respond. But I just needed to make that disclaimer because people say single people can't tell people about a marriage. I understand what you're saying, but I also know this you was once single as well. So are all of your single thoughts now part of your marriage thoughts, or did you completely start over and wipe it clean? Like, I don't know. But anyway, stay focused. So first thing, because I got talking points, I need to make sure I hit. Weddings are expensive. I already knew this, but being one of the maid of honors, I got to hear more play by play with a lot of the planning and preparation and reaching out to this person. They say this much and then then they cancel, and then this and then that and then this and then that, and like, ooh, sheesh. Weddings are expensive. I knew they were because I know that personally for my wedding, like, it's going up. It's going up, it's going down, it's going left, it's going right, it's going front, right, center. Like, we finna be in that thing. But I also know like some things that I've seen, and not necessarily the wedding that I was just at. I've seen people plan a wedding and different elements of their wedding either not be used, not be had, or guests don't even notice. So it's like you do need to be mindful of that part. But weddings are expensive. And I knew that. And so I'd be like, dang, Sometimes I think, what's gonna be my budget? How much is my partner willing to entertain with me and my vision? So I don't know. We'll find out when that happens. Second thing, and it's gonna be several sub points in this because I might just like let the spirit move me and just speak. But anyway, my cousin and husband have been together. Oh, that's so cute. My cousin and husband. Okay. They really married. But anyway, they've been together 13, 14 years type before actually getting married. And so we was talking leading up to it. She was like, I mean, it's not really, and she didn't say these words verbatim because I don't remember her exact quote, but she was like, I mean, this just a celebration. Like we've been together. It's just official now. And I was like, okay. And so at the time, because we was doing stuff and it was a lot of different moving pieces, why does this keep moving? Because there was a lot of different pieces, I was just like, I couldn't ask more like, does it feel more real now that you're about to be a wife versus being a girlfriend? Will it hit different once your name change? And like, but she been ready to marry this man since I don't know when. Shorty changed her whole Facebook name. I was like, okay, rock out. And it's been changed for a while. Okay. Claim that man like we finna be together forever type. I'm here for it. But anyway, oh, I know that they had already had conversations of wanting to marry and getting married. But when is the question? Because I remember leading up to, she was like, I think I think he gonna ask me. I think he gonna ask me. And I'm like, okay, well, you gonna say yes, right? She was like, I know, but like, I don't know. And I get where she was coming from, just like excited, how, when, like all those, just all those little flutters or butterflies of it. So my first question is, being together 13, 14 years, like, wow. One, when did you know? When did either of them know in that time? And what did it take to be like, all right, I know for sure that we locked in? At what was it, year six, seven? And I'm not asking for my cousin and husband specifically. I'm just asking like holistically, like people who are together for that long, when do you know like I'm gonna be with you? Because some people get will be together for a very long time and never marry. Oh, okay. Some people don't need, or it's like, well, what's the difference in us making it official? And I'm like, ooh, wait. Okay, pause. Let me slow down because I was about to accelerate. Question number one. When do you know you ready? What you looking for? Because I know a variety of marriages where I know one couple they married after 2 years of being together. Like I think the first year they was just dating, and then like right around year one or a little bit past year one, they whole got married. So they was married after like 2 years of being together totally. Then I know other couples where it's like five, six, now we getting married. Then you got my cousin, and then I know other people like 10 years of being together, and then we got married. I was like, okay. Now let me say personally, it's like I can see both sides, but then I could also be like, what we waiting on? We want to do this or not? But then I'm like, let's take our time because let's make sure that we've seen enough of each other to know that this is something we want to commit to for forever. But I mean, a long time is 4 years is a long time, 5 years, 6, 7 years is a long time. What more do we need to see? But they say your being evolves. Well, yeah, they say your being evolves like every 7 years. And that leads me to my another point. Like, I also understand those, and I respect people who take a little longer because there's some things that couples should experience before committing legally, if that makes sense. Because you should definitely see how somebody responds to a loss. That could be loss of employment. That could be loss of a loved one. That could be a fight. Oh, and then loss, yeah, financial setbacks. Like, there's just some things that need to be experienced before we go there for sure, that can potentially like see where we at, how we both navigate in this difficult moment, and whether it happened to me directly or me as your counterpart. We need to see how we rocking and rolling. I personally am on the fence. Like, I get it, but let me know that like I don't know. Let me know. I'm greedy and I don't like to not know. I don't like that's bear with me. I am very much still evolving. I practice presence very frequently. And so as much as I be wanting to know, I do be like, where are we now? Is there anything at risk? Are we safe? Are we comfortable? Are we good? Do we feel good? So let's be present. Let's be present, express some gratitude, and just reground ourselves because you rush into what? Anyway, so that was that part. Is there a difference between being married, being together, and common law? Some people, I've heard people say, what we need to get married for, we together. Oh, okay, okay. And that's your truth. And that's your whole truth. And ain't nobody gonna hold you to that. But one perspective that I was told is like, if I don't want to be your girlfriend forever. Well, this was not my words, but the words were, I don't want to be a girlfriend forever because if we rocking and rolling, let's say you get sick, I'm not your power of attorney. That go to your mama or whoever, and they may or may not be considering me because I'm not your legal spouse. I say, dang, you got a point there. You got a point there. Yeah. And common law is just common law. Like, you not finna, will your voice really hold weight if it came down to medical or legal decisions? I don't know. I'm not common law married, so I don't know. I also will say that no, I want to be married. I don't know that I thought of, like, sometimes it'd be like, whatevs. Then I'd be like, no, lock me in. Yeah, let's make this thing official. I can't remember what movie that came from, but yeah. Another thing that crossed my mind over the weekend, many married couples that I talk to speak about marriage being hard work and or a business move. Whew. Those are two very loaded statements. I understand it being a business move because once we are married, your debt is my debt. My debt is your debt. My this is your that. Ooh, sidebar, prenups. I had not pre-written that. I just thought about it when I said your debt becomes my debt. I I think at one point in my life, I don't know. I don't know. I want to say that at one point I was like, no prenup. And then there was a point where I was like, prenup. I don't really care. We want to talk about it? I mean, because as the podcast keeps growing, who knows where my mindset is going to be? Don't know. At this point, if somebody was to approach me like, and we rocking and rolling, and it was like, I want a prenup or I don't want a prenup, let's talk about some things in that relation. Because there are some people it's like, you should love me through this. I'm like, okay, okay. It shouldn't matter. And then I also get it like, if this is what I worked for before you, why should you just be entitled to it just because now we're together? Ooh. But then again, if I also help sustain it, why I can't have none either? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm very much single in this moment. And so it is what it is. We'll see if that happens and what my man said to be. Back to it. Back to the notes. Hard work. Hard work. Sometimes when married couples say that, I be like, ooh, why is it hard work? If we did this for love and all the things, is love not enough to get you through a tough time? And sometimes when I listen to Tab and Chance, I be like, okay, okay. I can hear where you're coming from. Because again, I'm not married, so I don't really know. And And then I also think holistically, I zoom out or see holistically, because any relationship, whether it be a marriage, whether it be a platonic, whether it be familial, it takes work, especially to have it run well, or it manage itself. It take intention. It take both parties wanting to show up, both parties wanting to be present. So I do be getting that it's hard work. But sometimes when married people talk about like the tough times, I be like, wow, ooh, really? Okay. And then they never really tell you why they stay. And now I'm gonna start the next time I'm talking to a married couple and they talk about it's hard work or a difficult time and being on the edge, talking about potential divorce. Well, why did you stay? All right, I'm gonna leave that one there like that. So then I started going. I like to be data driven, because now I'm looking at my cousin. I'm looking, and then I started thinking about my sibs that are married, and then I was looking at ages, and I was like, huh, because I don't really want to get too into my personal life, but a few of my sibs, they were together with their partners for a very long time, and then they got married. A few of my sibs, if you really want to get into date of births, but I went to the average age of when people get married. And the average age, this was according to, I think, 21 or 22. The average age for women getting married was 28.4 and 30.2 for men. And I was like, okay. And then I went to if there's been a increase or a decrease in marriages. And they said that there was an increase. I should have wrote it down. It might still be on my phone. Let's look. Okay, so I went back and I found it. So this is not the fact that I read earlier, but it says in 2022, the U.S. saw a total of 2,065,905 marriages, the first year since 2019, to surpass the 2 million mark. Likewise, the 6.2 per 1,000 population rate is the highest since 2018, when it was 6.5, with 2,132,853 marriages. This was in March of 2024. But they're giving me numbers from 2022. So basically the rate did increase. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. The rate did increase. And before I looked that up, I was going off from personal experience. I was like, it felt like it because a lot more people are getting married. But I was also like, oh my gosh. What? Okay. That just shook my whole soul. My phone started spazzing out. Anyway, so that's what I was saying. I personally felt like people were getting married more, but I was also like, look at where we are in life. Because if I just said the average age is 28 and 30, well, if I'm around people that are 28 and 30, then it makes sense that they're getting married. So it's going to feel like more people are getting married because that's where we are in life. Anyway, I say all that to say, why do I say all of that to say? I don't know, but people get married more now. And then that sent me into a rabbit hole to start looking up divorce rates. But I was like, no, we're going to keep this positive. We're not going to talk about divorce because I personally don't really believe in divorce. I understand. When I say I personally don't believe in divorce, like, look, if I say that I'm going to be with you forever, I'm going to be with you forever. And if you say you want to be with me forever, then I'm going to hold you to that. Now, of course, if we just really not it and it's not working out, then yeah, we could do that. We'll do the divorce thing. But I don't play like that. I don't want to get married more than once. So when we lock in, ain't no switching up. Know that, trust that, believe that, stand on that, all of the that's that they be talking about, because I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. I'm not doing it. We doing this, we doing it. Okay, this ain't something because you want a wedding. No, you want to have a party? We can have a party. We could do it. We could throw a party, but a wedding, a marriage, yeah. And that's another thing. I'll be like, ooh. I think what makes marriage hard is like going through someone else changing and being a part of that change and adjusting to their change while also potentially going through your own change. I think that's the part that makes marriage hard or makes it challenging. Oh yeah, because I want to say Chance said marriage is one of the hardest things he's ever done, or he believes that's one of the hardest things you can ever do in life. And when he said that, I said, go. Because I was like, wow. But I get it because it makes sense. Like you're literally sharing space, sharing every intertwined with someone who is going on their own personal journey as well as y'all unified journey. And it can get real. And so I get that. But to everyone who is married and or single, here are two things I want you to answer. Is it too long to be waiting to get married? Like, what are the cutoffs if you have them? Or is it just like, do it? It's different from different people. Or if you want to share your personal experience. To my single people, do you think marriage is hard? And how are you prepared if you desire marriage? How are you prepared to go into that? Mm-hmm. And that's all. This was a cute episode. I have more time on my hands, so I'm going to start recording more so I can just have episodes in the queue waiting to upload. That's the goal. That's the goal. Oh, now that I'm back from vacation, if you will. Yeah, we'll call it a vacation. Going home don't always seem like a vacation. It doesn't feel like a vacation because vacation is retreat, but there is a level of retreat that I get when I go home. I didn't hit up all my restaurants, and I feel a little bit of a way about that, but it is what it is. Now that I'm back, I'm doing my 21-day challenge again, and it starts tomorrow up until that big 3-5. Can't wait. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I didn't tell us at the beginning, but I'm going to make sure I tell us now. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Bear With Me podcast is live, up and running. A nice queue of content for you to indulge in, you know. Thank you for everybody who comments. Thank you for everybody who likes, subscribes, shares. Oh my gosh, sidebar. I was at the wedding and one of the couple's friends was like, yeah, I watched your podcast. I was like, you did? And they were like, yeah, you were sitting outside and it was this and it was that. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I'm here. So I don't know if the bride and groom shared or like told some, I don't know how they know that I have a podcast, but I am very, 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 my eyes starting to sweat. Okay, relax. I am very grateful and appreciative of any and everybody who tells somebody about my podcast. Like your word of mouth is the only way that this thing becomes as great as, not the only thing, but is a big part of this becoming as great as I want it to be. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up because we're really going. But thank you to everybody who, even if you've watched for 10 seconds and was like, I'm good. Thank you for people who watch weekly. Thank you. Like, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the people who even let the episodes accumulate a little bit and then go to town with it. I appreciate all of y'all. Like, I really, 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 really appreciate y'all. I really do. To the people who have given me 5 stars, thank you. Thank you. Congrats to all of the couples that have gotten married that I've gotten to witness this year because it's been wedding season since March. I got another wedding in January. I'm excited for that one. That one's local. Excited for that. Don't gotta go too far. Um, yeah, and I guess that's all. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Bear With Me podcast is up. Thank y'all. As always, until next time.